Sweet dreams.
Still alive, are you? Coin purse weighing you down? You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Too slow. reign is at an end. it here. Let's try. Too slow. Forgive me. through.
Still alive, are you? Go on then. You'll not find a better price than that.
Trouble with your gear, or what do you want? Not bad, if I do say so myself. No scratches, all right? Yeah. So, what'll it be? That it? Fine.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Trouble with your gear, or what do you want? You can thank me later. That it? Fine. Yeah. What's that for you, dear? And?
Ultima may have created us, but he doesn't make us who we are. Only we can do that. And if he would have us fight for our survival, so be it. It's what we've been doing all along.
Much like Ultima himself, it would seem. His new world being naught but a means to survive. And so, we must contend to decide which of us shall inherit the land. Should Ultima prevail, it will mean death for us all. Of that, we can be certain. But even should he fail, what world awaits us? A withered, godless place where our newfound freedom will most like prove a chain in itself.
Well, that may be. But a chain can always be broken. As long as one has the will to break it. It won't be easy. It may take generations. Centuries of suffering. And that is if everyone plays their part. But it will happen. And when it does, it will be on our terms. That is the world that awaits us.
Indeed. And what better world could one wish for?
But first, we have to reach that crystal.
Then it's a good thing I have wings.
You can barely stand, let alone fly. And only the Founder knows what horrors await in those skies. You certain about this?
Am I certain? I am the Phoenix. I will do what I must. This is our fight. Remember?
All right. I yield. But only what you must, yes? I'm still your sworn shield.
That you are.
And what of my wings? Lest you forget, you go to stand against a god. I would not have you succumb to fatigue before the fight begins. Ifrit, your brother mentioned that some few of the dominants who had lost their power to you were still able to prime. Is that true?
It is. But their icons no longer submitted to their will.
Then mine will have to be stronger. That you both might save your strength for the battle to come.
You don't have to do this.
If you do, there's a chance you might lose all you have left.
And what have I but regret? My life ended in the Dominion. I fear death no more. Besides, I would have words with Ultima. He has much to answer for.
We are in your debt, Dion.
We can speak of debts when this is over.
He speaks like a man who knows he's not coming back. And has come to terms with that.
That doesn't mean that we have to. Does it, Clive?
Time to talk to Jill. I only hope she understands.
come to wish on a star.
That might not be such a bad idea. This is it, Jill. You know what I have to do. Why I have to do it. There's no turning back now. This is where our journey was leading us. Where it will end, for better or worse.
I could pray to Metia for you. But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You always are.
I did promise we'd watch the moon together.
I'll be waiting.
It's almost time. Better make sure I haven't forgotten anything. Something tells me this is no mere adventure story.
Clive! Rutherford informed...
I would have done the same.
You're fired?
From what little I...
But I was... Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in short supply these days, and without it, we must move quickly.
But where do we start?
True, the challenge... The realm's armies, as you've seen, certain cities have... And yet, the own... In short...
But how would one even...
The armies might be... Sadly, But I do...
I thought he was...
He was, and as...
Of course.
And he... He don't...
Of course not. As long as... And if the
That's...
I'll leave for... Would you send it?
Of course.
Excellent.
No.
Say what you will.
Pining for something, boy. What is it? What do you see out there? I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
From Sid, that's why. On the day he brought him home.
That long ago?
And you're only thinking to ask this now? Sid saw that the pup had a habit of gnawing on his leg, since you ask. Clap that there iron on him to keep him from doing it.
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor whelp losing his loving masters at such a young age. Doubly hard in being a frost wolf, torn away from his icons and all. Sid would always tell him, I reckon what he were looking for was you.
I'm sorry, Torgal. Sorry for making you wait so long. Let's get that thing off you.
Doesn't sound like he wants it off.
Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you? You want me to go with you somewhere?
quick, aren't you? Glad you've been paying attention.
Not nearly as much as you have, Lady Karen.
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have kept him in nuts and rubbed his belly these past 10 summers.
Your kindness is appreciated. You've been a good friend to him.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest of you. Go on now.
Where to then, Torgal?
What do you think happened to me?
Sid, you have to help us.
With what? You didn't take apart another of Mid's contraptions, did you?
No. Well, yes, but that's not
It's Miss Midadol. She's been acting strange. Very strange.
when she is. She acts like we aren't even there. Her head's...
In the cloud.
That's what I said.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind.
Not long ago. Right after she got back from saving you from Stoneit.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise. It did take quite a battering on the way there and back.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? You really should be more careful around Miss Midadol's in... Don't listen to her. Even if you did break the Enterprise, you could put it back.
But who's gonna put Miss Midadol back together? She seems really sad.
Why don't I go and see if I can...
You do that. She's in her dungeon.
Don't scare him. It's not a real dungeon.
Thanks for the warning. Mid, if you have a...
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here under me. If this doesn't steer to the skies, not...
To the sky? You aren't trying to give...
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think... Is this really so...
The Enterprise is already the fast... But what if she... It's not fair. The Fallen had their chance, but not me. Well...
And is that a...
Are you volunteering? But first, I'll need some bone. Or shell.
If it's beast bone...
No, they'll...
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
All this time, my heart has wandered hither and thither in search of the perfect companion. When all along he was here, standing right beside me. All this time, my heart has wandered hither and thither in search of the perfect companion. When all along he was here, standing right beside me.
How can I help you, Clive? And no sooner have your wound... While I may not have Gav's nose, that's what I'm worried about.
I do.
What I'd truly like would teach her medicine. Try to stay out of trouble.
Thank you, my lord, for taking me in. Everyone here has been so kind. Reminds me of home.
Yes, my lord? His Grace and I. At first. It was my duty to him. My lord.
I am.
I do not doubt it.
Thank you, Yote.
May you return safely. Have care, my lord.
All right, Sid. Come to buy us around, have you?
Only if you earn it. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project.
Most bones are the same. If it's durability you're looking for, shell will serve you.
I do. Will any all that...
Well, but don't
I'll keep that in mind.
Clive. Here you go. Always something in there.
Twinside's hundreds of leagues away. That'd mean crystals.
Vivian, and I'll be happy to help you find the book you're looking for.
Thank you, Clive. But tracking it down...
Please. It's only right that I return the favor.
You are too kind. Alas, what I ask of you is rather more trying than delivering the odd... I spoke with Harpocrates to see if he had any inkling as to where another copy might be. But perhaps it is best that you hear the details.
If you say so.
Forgive me, Clive, for asking this of... But this book, it set me on the path to becoming who I am today.
Sid, I was wondering if you...
It depends what we're...
A bearer. But recently, as you know, the work...
I don't mind, but...
Because our ranks are for scouting. And since he accompanies you and so...
Sounds reasonable.
So you're happy to oversee the boys?
One can never have...
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate, and there he is to proceed.
No time like the...
No time like the present.
Northreach. I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer.
Sid.
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her. And something else. Records from a Waluda prison.
How did she come by?
Finding bearers always and it seems the cells of Balmung Dar. And even better for her. Bearers with no one to look after them. When ether started lapping at the walls.
Leaving the bearers to be...
Sid, and while I'm well aware that you've forbidden curse breakers from traveling, I can't let those bearers die in their cells.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, and we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times. We save as many as we can, and we...
Thank you, Sid. There was a name in the prison register. A name from Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés. A gifted soldier, and the closest thing I had to family. The thought of him held captive in that...
He must be very important to you.
He was. Is.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of Ravenwit walls, just beyond the portcullis. We should head there as quickly as we can. I only pray there are still bearers alive to...
As do I, Doris.
Clive.
Joshua, what's wrong? And don't say nothing.
It's... nothing. I've received word from Cyril. The Undying have found Father's will.
Or his will?
In the crypt, beneath Rosalith, after Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to recover what relics of the Duchy, and in the process of doing so, they found that...
I'm surprised anything survived it.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience. I have been meaning to go, but...
Of course. I want to know what's in that letter.
Very well. I am ready to leave when you are.
All right, Toggle. Where are you taking me? I'm going to need a little bit more than that, boy. Do you have a better hint for me? Unless... you've already given me one. Back on the rear deck, you were looking west, toward Rosaria. Why don't we try the rookery? I haven't been to the island in almost 20 years. To Port Isolde, then. Fingers crossed the old mooring is still there. Hippocrates. I've been charged with...
And you seek a one who's...
Right as always. But she didn't seem keen to tell me very much. I take it she didn't like what you...
And yet I gather it did naught to dissuade. Clive, if the young professor has tasked you with obtaining a copy, I fear she asks the impossible. The
executors.
Coveters of secrets. A clandestine organization committed to the collection and intenebration of forbidden text, one such text being the tome Vivian seeks, chronicling as it does the true history of the enslavement of bearers, a tale which could overturn the established order were it ever to become one, or so rumor has it. I've never actually read the thing, or why secrecy is the executor's watchword. They lurk in the shadows, emerging only to seize that which must be seized, be it books, inventions, or people, before disappearing again, leaving nary a trace.
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp not long after she found it.
By the hand of the executors, yes.
But what drives them? Self-interest, or...
Fine question. Sadly, all that is known of the executors can be recounted in a single breath. You may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers, or the idea.
My hunt was doomed from the first. What was Vivian expecting? That I'd pluck it from thin...
Not from thin air, no. Rumours of the executors are rife among the scholars, but rather less so across the strait. I have a friend. Well, I had a friend in the village of Garnick, a collector of rare tomes. Alas, but though he did not mention it by name, it is possible that a surviving copy of From a Distance yet, if you were by...
Very well. I'll be sure to pay Garnick. It's still here. After all these years. Lots more than I remember. And you're a lot bigger. I wasn't...
You two go on without me. I doubt that boat will hold a third.
If you're sure. Hop in, boy. This place hasn't changed at all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on. Race you there? I bet I could still beat you. Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal? Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. And Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here? My sparring sword. Well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy? Thank you, Torgal, for never giving up, for never forgetting. Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either. That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal. All right. I'm coming. I think I know where we're going. People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you. But without it, we wouldn't be who we are today. And we certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home. Sorry for the wait. We're ready. It's oil. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all. This should be enough.
Thanks, but I'll...
You're really going to go...
I am, but...
If it's within my...
It's the children, and if I leave them here, I can think of...
Of course.
Thank you, Clive.
Lubor!
What is it, Ferda? You look pale.
There's been a flood in the Velcroy, a damn big one. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged in ether.
What? Bandits are one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite another. The town guard won't stand a chance against them. We need to evacuate. There's no time to lose. Ferda, gather the men. The Akashic may strike at any moment. We must make ready to cover the townspeople's escape. Well, what are you waiting for?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, change of plan. The children stay with me for now. I need you to find Conrad and Natalie. Tell them to prepare for a full and immediate evacuation.
Understood.
I'll do what I can to convince everyone else. Wish me luck. You have to listen to me. They're coming. You need to evacuate.
Know your place, bearer.
Why do they always have to make such a fuss?
What's the commotion?
That's Snake.
Ah, it's you.
What do you want, Lord Underhill?
To pass on an important message. There's been an ether flood out in the Velcroy. The camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering has been swallowed. They're no longer just bandits. They're Akashic now. And they could be here. You need to begin preparing.
Oh, do we? And who was it who gave you this disturbing...
Lubor, perhaps? The man spreading the same poison out in the square as we speak. You may believe his lies, my lord, but we know.
But why would he lie?
Some twisted attempt, if he had not been unmarked. A great honor, one he might well feel aggrieved.
Lord Underhill, forgive me, but it has become all too evident where your sympathies lie. Lubor cannot be trusted, and neither, therefore, can you.
You may not trust me, but for the sake of your people, ask yourselves if there is any chance that this is true.
There isn't. You can be certain of that. Now be off with you.
You're making a mistake.
Come, Clive. If our words will not move them, then we must find another way to help save the town.
All right. Let's speak to Lord Ferda.
I think we'd better shut up. What's Lubor raving about now?
Lord Ferda.
Sid, what's wrong?
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the Akashic, but they wouldn't listen. They've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor says can be trusted.
The bloody fools.
Which means the town guard can't be counted on for support. But I can. If there's anything I can do to help you defend Dalamil, you only have to ask.
I appreciate it.
Sid! Ferda! I've been looking for you everywhere.
Victor? I thought you'd left.
I couldn't abandon a friend in need. And Lubor is in need at this very moment. Come quickly.
have to believe me! The Akashic are coming! They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't tire, and they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There won't be no parley, no mercy granted! We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves. You should run!
Run, bearer!
Yeah, run!
Run!
Far, far away!
Run!
Just go on. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes!
Go. Come on, then.
Go on, go!
Just go.
Lubor, wait. Someone's coming.
Come on!
Stop! You're hurting him! What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems, and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad? And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that? Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty? Who spends all day every day making sure things run smoothly round here? And none of you ever say thank you, ever. But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling? He keeps this whole place going. And you act like it doesn't even exist!
Lubor, we've heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then. Fine. Gather round if you don't want to die.
Allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred near the village of Cheratina, deep in the Velcroy. The place had been abandoned for years, until the League of Outlaws decided to make it their base of operations. Now they're all turned, and if the scouts' reports are correct, heading in this direction.
They are mindless monsters, driven only by hate and rage. And they are utterly unpredictable. With the bandits, we at least knew how and where they were likely to attack. When these creatures come, Dalimil will have the bitterest fight it has ever faced on its hands. The town guard will muster at the north gate. The rest of us will take the south. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word of the size and nature of the Akashic force as soon as it is spotted. And as soon as it has been, we will converge on its position and see that it is driven back from Dalimil at all costs. Conrad, can I count on the support of the town guard?
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers in your hands, Victor. And the command of our men in yours, Ferda. If you would both be so kind.
Consider it done.
As you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the townsfolk barricade themselves inside the bathhouse. And tell the merchants not to waste time securing anything beside the essentials. Preserving life is our one and only concern. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter what trinkets we might lose. Our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss stands ready to cover any losses.
Very well. I shall tell them.
Where do I fit into this plan?
Where else but the most perilous place of all? I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile League of Outlaws, Cheratina itself. The main host is most likely still there, and Dalimil will not be safe until it is eradicated, root and branch.
A little gardening. How pleasant.
I doubt it. I have a feeling these weeds will be particularly stubborn.
Luckily, so am I.
So you are. All right then, we all know what we have to do. Now it's simply a matter of doing it. For Dalimil.
Looks like everyone's ready. I'd better not keep them waiting.